What's up everyone, welcome back. Patrick here, moving on to the next video. So getting in some practice with rounding. So we have to take this value here, this number 3,276.5362, and round it to the nearest thousandth, hundredth, tenth, integer, 10, hundred, and thousand. So fairly fundamental, basic stuff, but never hurts to review it a little bit. So starting with part A, for rounding to the nearest thousandth, that is 3 decimal places. Notice that that's in 4 decimal places. So everything else would stay the same, 0.53. And then we look at the 2. Since it's less than 5, this value would stay the same. We wouldn't round that value up. So that would just be a 6. Right there. Right, so that is taking that number and then rounding it to the nearest thousandth. Now if we're rounding to the nearest hundredth, we would round to 2 decimal places. So we'd have 3276.5. We look at this number, since it's greater than 5, we round this number up. So this would be 4, like that. Right, so 3,276.54 is that number rounded to the nearest hundredth. Nearest tenth is 1 decimal place. So we have a 4 here, which is less than 5. So then we would just keep this value the same. So 3276.5, like that. Then rounding to the nearest integer, meaning no decimal places. So this is a 5, so we would round up 3,277, right? Because it was like 6.5. If we take 6.5, you could actually maybe even just look at it like that. If we take 6.5, round it, that would be 7. So this would be 7 over here. Then rounding to the nearest 10, what that means is that the end value should always be 0. So if we round to the nearest 10, notice we got to round this number. So this is a 7, which is greater than 5. So we would round this number up. We'd have 3280, like that. Again, you could just look at maybe 77. If you round to the nearest 10, meaning a number that has 0 at the end, well, it would either be 70 or 80. 77 is closer to 80. So that's what we would put right there. And then the 100, meaning we would have 2 zeros. So we're rounding this. We have an 8 here. We would round that up, the 2 up. So that would be 3. Again, 280. Is it going to be 300 or 200? It's pretty obvious it's going to be 300. And then rounding to the nearest thousand, 3,276, is that going to be 4,000 or 3,000? Pretty obvious it's going to be 3,000, like that. Right, so fairly basic stuff, but again, doesn't hurt to review. These are the answers to rounding that value.